What can you tell us about Operation Dirty Trick?
During the Operation Mongoose era, back in 1962, the CIA came up with this proposal called Operation Dirty Trick. It was actually they came up with this 4-page document called Possible Actions to Provoke, Harass or Disrupt Cuba. It was basically a 4-page document that made a list of all kinds of false flag attacks that they could use to justify military intervention into Cuba, you know, to try to overthrow the Castro regime. But anyways, one of them was called Operation Dirty Trick. Now you've got to understand, at the time when there was only 7 astronauts back then, you see, one of them was Alex Shepard, there was Gus Grissom, there was Wally Schirra, there was Scott Carpenter, there was Gordon Cooper, and there was Deke Slayton, and of course there was John Glenn. Now John Glenn, he was to be the first American to orbit the Earth. You see, the first 2 Mercury flights, they had been suborbital, in which they goes around the Earth but doesn't go completely surrounded, it just goes up and comes back down. This was to be the first orbit of the Earth, completely circling it. That mission was called Friendship 7. See, the astronauts, they'd all named their capsules, and then they'd end it with 7, because there was 7 of them, you see. Yeah. The first one was Freedom 7, flown by Al Shepard, then there was Liberty Bell 7, flown by Gus Grissom. Then there was going to be Friendship 7, which was the first orbit. Now, it was proposed that should John Glenn be killed in any way, like should the Mercury launch vehicle explode, or should he get stranded in space, or whatever, it was proposed that they blame his death on Cuba. Say, oh, they sabotaged the launch, they sabotaged the spacecraft. It was, quote, to be accomplished by manufacturing various pieces of evidence which would prove electronic interference on the part of the Cubans. And I will tell you right now that they almost did manage to get the false flag attack they needed, you see, because unlike the Russian Vostok, which is shaped like a sphere, the Mercury capsules, they were shaped like a cone, you see, and only the one side of the capsule was insulated. That's the base of it. You see, whereas the Vostok, that has its insulation all around it. But anyways, the point is, right, is that the heat shield on the Mercury mission, John Glenn's flight, was loose. And normally, you see, they'd have these retro rockets literally strapped to the base of the thing, because the rocket itself doesn't have any main engines of its own. Instead, it has some little retro strap-on rockets, these retro rockets that they use to steer the ship through space. Anyways, this was what they normally jettison this retro rocket pack. Normally they jettison that, and then that would expose the heat shield. But because this heat shield was loose, they decided, well, maybe, just maybe, we never designed it for this, but we'll leave it on. We'll leave the retro packet on, and maybe it will hold the heat shield in place as it comes back down. Of course, the retro rocket pack burned away during the intense heat of the atmosphere, you see, during the intense heat of re-entry. But you see, the point is, the only reason why Glenn managed to survive coming back down to Earth is because this little strap-on package, which was never intended to re-enter the atmosphere, was literally holding the heat shield in place, so it was quite literally hanging by a thread, you see.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. And quite frankly, I'm not surprised why the guy left the space program after that one space flight. And one of my arch-enemies, Phil Plait, the bad astronomer as he calls himself, he alleges that the idea, see, there's this conspiracy theory that the Apollo 1 crew, that's Gus Grissom, Ed White and Roger Chaffee, they were murdered because they wouldn't go along with the hoax theory, you see. They wouldn't go along with faking the moon landings. Plait, he dismisses these charges as a loathsome accusation, but on 3 separate occasions we've asked him, why won't you talk about Operation Dirty Trick? He refuses to discuss this. Gee, I wonder why. That's all I wanted to say, really. So.
Thank you very much.
Cool.